Good morning, everybody. Hope you guys are off to a good start to your Friday. And we've got some stuff to talk about today. But first, a couple of quick notes. First of all, I uploaded my ranking of each non quarterback positional group on offense for each NFL team. I uploaded it as a spreadsheet to my Patreon and for my Ring of Honor level members here on YouTube. So if you want to see what I think the rankings are from 1 to 32 for wide receiver rooms, running back rooms, tight end rooms, and offensive lines across the NFL, you can go ahead and look at it there. If you want to see it on Patreon, you have to pledge $10 or more. And if you want to see it on YouTube, you go to the community tab after you become a Ring of Honor member. That was an example of something that I made NFL related that didn't really lend itself well to a video. I didn't want to sit down, make a video that would probably be like half an hour long, going over 4 different rankings and trying to justify this over that. It could be more than half an hour, honestly. It could be an hour. So I decided to just throw up the spreadsheet on Patreon and YouTube for the high-level YouTube members. So if you want to see it, that's something that is now up. And I'll continue to post things like that on the Patreon and for the Ring of Honor members as I put them together in the coming months and years, hopefully. So that's, first of all, just in case anybody wants to look at that, it's just one man's opinion of which teams have the best and the worst receivers, running backs, tight ends, and offensive lines. Okay, so that out of the way, we've got some pretty exciting stuff coming up today with the Seattle Seahawks. I know everyone's still buzzing about the schedule that got dropped yesterday, and I will have a video talking broadly about the Seahawks schedule in 2023 later today on this channel. But first, I want to talk about something that is actually starting today, May the 12th. The Seattle Seahawks Rookie Minicamp is kicking off today. They're probably already out on the field at this point by the time you're watching this video. But we are getting 3 days of NFL Rookie Minicamp. And it is the first of a series of workouts and mini camps that happen at the VMAC over the next month or so. And it's going to be the first step trying to illuminate who on this team is going to be ready to go and ready to make big contributions and who maybe isn't. But this is the first step towards getting right and trying to get as much stuff ready to rock for 2023. So it's a 3-day mini camp. Just to briefly talk about what it is. Basically, all of our rookies that we drafted, so all the way down the list. I don't know if all of them are going to be there. I believe all of them will be, though. You would think you would want to use this time well if you're a rookie in the NFL. So Witherspoon, Smith-Njigba, Bradford, Cameron Young, Charbonnet, Derek Hall, Jarek Reed, Oluwatimi, Mike Morris, and McIntosh. I think they're all going to be there. That's part of the reason why we're getting all these rookie contracts resolved. You're also going to see all of our UDFAs, or I would think all of them, because those guys have to fight to earn their roster spot or practice squad spot. So I think you're going to see all of our UDFAs there, and we had a lot of them, like I said. It was like 26, I think. So I would imagine all, or at the very least most of these guys are going to be there, and obviously some of them are more interesting than others, like Robert Cooper, I think, is very interesting. Bobo and Matt Landers, very interesting. I would say Jonah Tavai still very interesting. Patrick O'Connell's intriguing. I like Lance Boykin as well. And I'll throw in the long snapper we got, Chris Stoll. So there's definitely some stuff to watch for there, and these are guys who, like I said, it's an uphill battle for them to make the roster, and they know it. They're going to have to prove themselves. Rookie minicamp is a great way to start. Now, the other layer here, the other level of intrigue here, if you can call it intrigue, if you're trying to look for something to care about this weekend, this is also the only opportunity that these guys are really going to have to make an impression on the team, the rookie camp invites. These were a bunch of guys who, some of them played in the XFL last season. Some of these guys just didn't quite do enough in college football last year to earn even a UDFA contract. These are guys who just got invited to camp. So these guys, They've got 3 days. Jack Cohn, Reese Udinsky, Sean Shivers, J.C. Santana, Caleb Warren, Josh Moat, Demetrius Harris, Josh Lugg, Alex Millette, Austin Faulu, Jacob Sykes, Hunter Eccles, Isaac Slade, Mautatia, Bo Bauer, Robert Barnes, Andrew Whitaker, Devodrick Bynum, Hunter Nichols, Luke Loker, and Robert Solderholm. They really only have this opportunity to prove themselves because they're not on the 90-man roster, and our 90-man roster right now, I believe, is full. I actually read somewhere we have 91 players, so we're probably going to have to move somebody, which should be easy enough. But the point is, either way, if it's 90, if it's 91, or whatever, there's not an obvious place for these guys to slide in unless they really blow us away. So these guys have a lot to prove this weekend. And they're not just trying to prove it for this team. They might be trying to prove it for another team that they might be able to go sign with. They might just be trying to prove themselves for a future spot. Like, just as an example, a guy like J.C. Santana, he knows he's not going to make the Seahawks. He probably even knows he's not going to make any pro teams right now. But week 12, week 13 rolls around. There are a bunch of injuries around the NFL. Maybe a team like the Seahawks has a few receiver injuries. They go, hey, that J.C. Santana guy was really good at rookie minicamp. Remember that guy? Let's call him up and have him here for a couple games. Or maybe a team like the Falcons. They have receiver problems midseason, and they go, hey, that J.C. Santana guy got rave reviews from the Seahawks at rookie minicamp. He's still out there. Let's go get him. That's really what they're playing for. They're not really playing for a spot right now. Now, this rookie camp invite list is a little more interesting than usual, because these guys, some of them, came from the XFL. And there have definitely been some people who have theorized that the XFL guys are going to have a little bit of an easier time making their way onto a roster than typical for a rookie camp invite. And maybe so. I'm not completely convinced. Like, I look at this list, and there isn't a ton that screams gonna make an NFL roster before the season starts to me. One or two guys are kind of interesting, but they're more like practice squad interesting than they are 53-man interesting. Or maybe they would make the 53-man of like a really bad team that just wants to get some young players together just to fill out the roster. Like this year it's probably a team like the Cardinals or Rams. So these guys, they've got work to do. But you put that all together. You've got the 10 draft picks, you've got like the 26 UDFAs, and then you've got a pretty extensive collection of rookie invites. You're talking about close to 50 players, I would imagine. Actually, I think it's going to be a little more than 50. So we're going to have, I believe, a pretty packed house for this rookie minicamp. So going to be interesting to see what happens. This is an opportunity for these players to start picking up an NFL scheme, picking up NFL cadences, picking up NFL, just how things are done at the NFL level and how it contrasts to how things are done at the college level. So, as an example, somebody like a Zach Charbonnet, who spent the last 2 years in the Chip Kelly offense, now he's going to this Shane Waldron offense. And that's an adjustment. That is going to be some kind of an adjustment, and Rookie Minicamp is designed to help ease that adjustment in. But that's basically what's going on. I'm not expecting to learn anything shocking in Rookie Minicamp, and anything we do learn is going to need to be taken with a grain of salt until we see it on the football field. Like, Tariq Woolen looked better than expected all offseason long last year, but we didn't know it meant anything until we got to the season. All right, so that's what's going on. See you guys later. Go Hawks.